So this week, we talked about it last week. I was going to talk about fatigue in the mid-block of your training, where we both sort of are at the moment, heading towards hopefully doing South Downs Way 100 in November. That middle bit, the hump of the training block, how I handle it, what I do to make sure the training and the rest of life carries on. But actually, as I got to writing, it turned into something a little bit different, which outraged you, John. But we went with it, didn't we? And so I thought I'd read it to you, a few extracts. And then you could pop over to the blog if it interested you, and you can read the whole thing. Again, John's going to put a link on Facebook to where you can find the blog, because a few people asked that this week. So here we go. This is how I was feeling this week. So here I am mid-block in the middle of a pandemic with constant moving goalposts and finishing lines. Us runners thrive on the tedium of our days. We thrive on there being a start and a finish, and we love the process in between. But I'm finding that process exceptionally hard to maintain focus on and also to enjoy. It's taking strong willpower and a real laser-like mindset, not allowing the what-ifs, the little don't bothers to creep in. You see, running and I are best friends, and often I can't get enough of her. I know she's the best thing for me right now in the block, but sometimes I feel I need a little bit of space and perhaps a little time out from her incessant calling to run faster, stronger, harder, to do better. Eddie, you can always do better. This week has been especially hard. The news from the UK is especially depressing. I cry watching the news. I miss my family terribly, knowing I cope with this by having flight books for half term. Plans are normally being hatched already about the reunions, trips to Marks and Spencer's. I know, huge sadness. Just having time together and being at home. But there's none of that. I don't know when I'll see my mum and dad again. I'm not even sure if I'll get to the UK to actually do this darned race. The temptation to throw in the towel, sit back and put 2020 in the trash bin is huge. So what can I do? I'm determined to continue as if I'm racing, not just for my own livelihood, but I also feel a strong need to set a good example to both my family and athletes. If the race doesn't happen for whatever reason, I'll be able to look back on a great block, how I handled myself, what worked, what didn't. In many ways, this is more important right now than actually pinning that number on and getting to the start line. As I climb up the last bit of this training hump, this is what I'm going to focus on. And I hope some of this might ring true with you others. I focus on what I can control: eating, drinking, resting, making life outside running. I know, there is one. As simple as possible. Saying no to all the other things. Let a few things slide. Focus really hard on that finishing line, even if Boris keeps it moving. Focus on doing your best on the journey there. Even if sometimes that journey is messy, chaotic, exhausting, it can also be exhilarating, powerful. And to me right now, it's keeping my head up, my smile on, and my ponytail swishing. That sense of normality, going out for a run every day, is something I can control. The outside is my safe space, nature, the mountains, and the stillness. So I went off on a bit of a tangent then, John, about the fatigue, but it was also a lot of how I was feeling. And I expect how the majority of our listeners are feeling right now if you are training for a race and you're not sure if it's going to happen. So in some ways I wrote it to just share, this is how I'm feeling. And if you're feeling like that, it's just nice to know sometimes, isn't it, that other people are feeling like that and you're not alone out there.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that will resonate with a lot of people. Just that thought. And the rest of the blog will be on the cheercharge.co.uk website. So that's the place to go for the blogs that we write. I know a few people have been asking, we've been mentioning them over the last couple of episodes. So it's cheercharge.co.uk. And then you can buy things there as well. But there's a section which says blog. Click on that, and then all the blog posts that we've written have been written over the last few years are all on there to have a look at. And I will put a link on the show notes as well. So thank you very much for sharing that. And I really hope that you are able to do the South Downs Way and you're able to see your parents. And, I think we're all in similar situations. So thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate it.